Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I am just getting back from a fantastic trip to a museum in Richmond, Virginia. And in looking at some of the footage, I realized this video is either going to be 2 hours or I'm going to have to make a separate video. And hold on. All right, so I'm going to make a separate video of just the content for the museum visit, because some of you don't want to walk around the museum with me, just going blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to make a separate video for that, which is what you're watching right now. So enjoy the trip to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, I believe. Have a good time. I had a fantastic time. Wholeheartedly suggest you go there. All right, I'll see you there. All right, I'm here and I'm already excited. Let's see if I can turn my camera. Really great. My Uber driver just leaving. The most unpleasant Uber driver I have ever had in my life. I could not wait to get out of that car. But let's look at this little statue here. Then we'll go inside. Look at this. It's Poseidon with a sea turtle there. Beautiful. Just great. Oh, a little restaurant, good, because I'm kind of peckish. Breakfast did not hold me. I love those reed-like things there, and that, yeah, just great. Let's go inside. All right, so my run-in with unpleasant people has not ended yet, apparently. I just got to the museum, the VMFA, and the young man that I went to for visitor services to buy a ticket, because, you know, most museums, especially of this seeming caliber, there's an admission fee. And so I walk up and I was like, hey, how are you? Can I just get one ticket, a ticket for one, please? And he's like, and he looks at me and he's like, it's free. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And he's like, well, you have to pay for the samurai exhibit. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you know, maybe if I run out of things to look at, I'll check that out. And I said, you know, would you suggest I'll try to get out of the sun here. Would you suggest a starting place for the museum? He's like, the second floor. I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe you need a break. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go check out some things. It's a beautiful space. We're looking at the early 20th century European section. Is that Dali over there? Yep. Hard to miss. Hard to mistake that work for anybody else. Amazing. I go to museums all over the country, and I have to tell you, this has already been impressive. I'm in love with this Picasso piece. This is called Still Life, Wine Glass and Newspaper, painted in 1914. This is I guess the implication of the goblet. The dots, the stippling here is supposed to emulate the idea of reflected light off, I guess, the contents of the goblet. Really, really neat. I'm in love with the frame as much as I am the painting. This little gallery here is of early to mid-century German Expressionism. Not to be too specific. I am in love. Look at this frame. Look how they've got this like almost ghoulish figure chomping onto the corners of the frame. How neat is that? I mean, the painting's great, but I love the frame. I keep coming back to this Dali piece, and I don't know why. And then my eye is captured by this cloud formation up here, and this is sort of a line or a shape. And I know clouds very well, as I spend a lot of time amongst them, but this is a line and a color contrast that you wouldn't normally see in life. Oh, I just noticed the genitalia there. But then I'm looking, I'm like, why is that capturing my eye? And I'm almost seeing maybe two figures embracing here, but then that line almost makes me think of a mountainside or something. And maybe that's being amplified by, or magnified, or reflected by the cloud somehow. I don't know, it's just, that is really capturing my attention right there. And I'm really loving the way that he's formed this stone. This looks like it's been plucked right out of the Southwest right here. And look at these figures. Look at those figures. Just look at the complexity of them, and look at the anatomical forms there, and they're tiny. Look, that says my finger for proportion. Really incredible. Is that a boat over here? I don't know. I've spent a fair amount of time just staring at this one painting, as you have. Sorry. Look at this. Look at that. Charles Alston. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. Look at that. And look at this. Oh my goodness. George H. Ben Jonson. This honestly looks almost like the hills outside of Las Vegas. We're surrounded by mountains. We're in like almost a bowl. And at certain times of day, this is actually quite reminiscent of those hills around Las Vegas. That's beautiful. It's called Ideal of Virginia Mountains, 1945. And here's one piece by one of my favorite artists of all time, Edward Hopper. I reference him once in a while, but I just love this. Look at this woman's figure down here. And you can just see that lamp glowing in her neighbor's apartment. I just love this. Can you taste that color, that saffron? Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, I can just taste this. Beaufort Delaney, 1965. Marian Anderson. Boy, wow. Isn't this a magical space? Wouldn't you just love to hang out here having a cup of coffee? Relaxing? In what looks like a very formal living room. With a bit of a view. For a Friday afternoon, it's pretty quiet in here. You can see there aren't many people. John Singer Sargent. Amazing. I think this is a little gallery of his work. I'm very familiar with him. The MFA in Boston has an enormous collection of his work. This is amazing. Amazing. Look at this. How beautiful. Beautiful. And you'll see it's largely unfinished here. But look at the eyes. Oh my goodness. Now, let's see the little blurb on the side here. It says this is titled Flowers in Her Hair, 1900, by Julius LeBlanc Stewart. The warm brown eyes, slender nose, and complacent mouth of the well-articulated face register a calm serenity. Wow, right? Wow. And this one's titled Mary Poppins Really Needs a Drink. I'm kidding entirely. It's not its title. Look at this. Oh my God, don't you want to be there right now? Gosh, and then this is a Bierstadt. I've never seen a Bierstadt in person, but isn't that magical? It looks so Eastern. This is called Moonlight in Yosemite, but it just makes me think of the Far East, the way it's been done here in black and white. So pretty. It's amazing what paint can do. Look at this young lady. She's clearly at the opera or something with her glasses there. Look at the velvet ribbon in her hair and those lustrous pearls. Now look closer to the ribbon. Yeah, it's just a splotch of red, and the pearls are just little dabs of paint. But you step back and there's this luminosity and velvety texture. Even look at the wallpaper in the background. Looks like silk. It's just unbelievable. It's amazing what paint can do. Wasn't that the tagline for Glidden Paint or something like that? Sorry, but look at this. Oh my God. It's another Bierstadt. I've never seen a Bierstadt in person, and here we are 2 in a row. Look at that. And this museum is free. Like, you can walk in here free anytime you want. Crazy. It's a beautiful museum. I mean, it's crazy. It's free. Nice. I don't know where to go next. This isn't my thing here, but let's move along. I am stunned at the content of this museum, and it's free. I know I already said that, but I mean, this is a substantial museum. I'm sorry, I'm probably making you dizzy right now. This is art of the classical world. Oh yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. When I first did pottery, I would go to the Met in New York and just stare at these forms, looking for inspiration, but I could never get to that level personally. But it's a great museum. My mind is reeling from this piece of Egyptian sculpture. I am just fascinated. It's a piece of granite. At the choice of the artist in terms of this piece of granite with this stripe running through it, the obvious choice to make that a design element when, I don't know, design was very different back then. But look at that. Look at that. That is mind-boggling. 380 BC. And right next to it, another piece of granite. And the choice of stone, the choice of this patterned pink granite running through the gray, working with the granulation to, I don't know, it's amazing. It's amazing. Look at that. And you know, the tools they're working with to work with granite, that they were using sand to polish that granite, and like, I don't know how many tools they had to go through to carve into granite. I mean, the technology to make something like that, it's astounding. Wow. Look at these food dogs that are guarding these Buddhas here. Look at the faces. Look at those faces. And the tails, they look like a fan back there, but I bet you that's to emulate like the wagging of a tail, you know? That's crazy. I love those. The Boston MFA has a small room of Buddhas, and I would spend hours just sitting there hating people like me who would come into the museum and talking to themselves or talking to people. I was looking for serenity, damn it, shut up. And here I am. Look at the headdress. Wait, let's see if I can get up there. I'm not sure if you can see those beads and how intricate that is. That crown. That is amazing. Look at that face, huh? These are Japanese Buddhas. Stunning. If you look in the corner of the eye, there's a little glint of gilding. It just makes it look like there's, you know, an intelligence behind those eyes. Just beautiful. Just take a look at the blue in that painting for a moment, and I'll tell you about that in a sec. This lady is educating us. That docent, I guess, is giving a tour of some pieces here, and she was talking about how precious the materials were to create the paint and pigment that you see in some of these paintings. Oh, what beautiful light. Oh my gosh. But the blue in that painting is from lapis, you know, and it was extraordinarily precious. There had to be expeditions to go out to, I don't know where lapis is actually originally from, the Middle East, but you had to go, have these big expeditions to find lapis that then they would have to grind down and make their own paints and pigments and stuff. It was just truly an extraordinary expense to create this precious pigment into a painting. And I don't know, the things you don't think about when you look at art, you know, like, and then they had to make their own paints, you know, crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, I found one of my favorite exhibits. This is some African artwork, and I'll tell you, the forms that you'll see here are so extraordinary. The shapes and forms and figures are so otherworldly. Look at just that mask right there. Look at these. How amazing. I'm like stunned. Look at that. That's amazing. Beautiful collection. Oh, what's this? I love that. It's like the character, the mythological character Janus with the two different faces. That's amazing. Look at the work. All that is stitchery with little tiny, tiny beads. Look, isn't that fascinating? And look at this shape here. It's almost like a representation of a skull or something. I don't know, but I think that's so cool. So I'm in love with the paintings, obviously, on the walls, but you know, I'm really keeping captured by these columns of marble. But then when you get up close, you'll notice it isn't really marble, it's faux. So someone has marbleized this. Look, you can see where they've used graphite to create these little imperfections. So this is all just paint, but it looks so real. Oh, Fabergé. Love Fabergé. Let's go see some Fabergé. Oh, whoa. Oh. Look, look, look. Those are little flowers called bachelor buttons and made of gold and gemstones in a little vase filled with water, which is really just perfectly clear rock crystal. Isn't that absolutely magical? And look at this little bouquet of lily of the valley. Those are pearls. The stone is on the vase is called nephrite, and the leaves is a stone called nephrite, which is this sort of jade green with this pink and rose colored speckling through it. And those are diamonds dangling off of the pearls. Isn't that magnificent? And look at these ranunculus. Also one of my favorite flowers of all time. Look, 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 look. This is an allium out of precious metal. I think that looks like jade, and that rock crystal looks just like a little shot glass full of water. Look. Fabergé. They have a whole exhibit of just Fabergé eggs through here. Look at this one. The egg is of rock crystal, and that brilliant stone at the top is an emerald. And those are little paintings inside. Crazy. I'm trying to whisper because there's some people and it's a very quiet room. But I'll tell you, my years working in fine jewelry really gives me an appreciation for Fabergé and the work they did. It was magnificent. Speaking of, English silver is right ahead. Oh my God, magnificent. Oh my God. It's gorgeous. I hope I'm not boring you, but oh my God, you have to come here. You have to come here. Oh, I'm back here. with these the faux marble columns, not fake. It's a fantastic museum. Oh my gosh. And it's free, go figure. It is just past 4 o'clock. I've been here probably an hour and 45 minutes maybe. I'm getting a little peckish. For some reason, breakfast didn't hold me, so I think I'm gonna try and find, there's always a restaurant in museums like this, so I'm gonna try and find a restaurant. That's probably downstairs. What's that? All right, well, one more room. That's Venice. Apparently they have sensors over here. If you get too close to these paintings, you set off alarms.
Is silver, which has been gilded with gold.
But look at this. What's that? Oh my goodness. It makes me think this is of Pompeii or something. Vesuvius. Yep, I was right. This is the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, painted in 1780. Look at that. And I doubt many Europeans really knew what a volcano looked like. Wow. All right, I need to eat something. I haven't been to Venice since I was 14, but I'll tell you, I distinctly remember the smells of Venice. I'm not sure what it's like these days, but the water would rise pretty high and there'd be a little minor flooding, and there was just a very rich aroma about Venice. That's what I distinctly remember. These stairs look like they go somewhere. That's how I enjoy museums. I have a map. I just wander around. I just realized there was a third floor. I guess if I looked at the map, that would help. But, so I came up to the third floor in this side of the building, and there's just nothing. There's nothing up here. But there is something over there, so I have to go down to the first floor over there to another elevator. And I saw a restaurant over there as well, so that's hopeful. I guess I have to cut back through the museum that way. Oh well, I get to look at more amazing things. Oh, look at that face. Huh, okay. All right. Well, in finding the other elevator, I found a whole other section of the museum I did not know existed. Look at this. Look at those hands, the arms with the feathers hanging off. Isn't that something? Michael Richards, American-born Jamaica, winged. The use of feathers and tar, mirrors and ladders, the concept of flight as both freedom and surrender all attempt to open a metaphorical space into which the viewer can be seduced. Wow. That's why I go to museums, to read something like that. I mean, that's, wow, right? Crazy. Look at that. It is massive. This is massive. It looks like it's made of tree bark or something. Oh, it's all stitched on. This is all stitched together, almost like it's a big piece of tapestry or fabric art. Textile, that's the word I'm looking for. Look at that. That's all pieces of bark sewn together to create this piece. Look at the dimension. Wow. Wow. Look at that. I love museums. I'm sorry. If you're bored, I'm so sorry. Isn't that remarkable? It's massive. This piece is massive. That's amazing. Every time I think I've seen the whole place, I look down the hall and see something I haven't seen yet. I guess I really should look at the map. What's that red thing? I am speechless right now. Well, clearly I'm not, because I keep talking. Look at this. Look at that. Can you just imagine yourself standing in that space of something, looking out that door right there? This is where I have to read the blurb so I know what I'm looking at. And look at this. Look at this piece. This makes me think of a forest of some sort of thing, sort of like a big tree trunk right there, like a birch or something with, I don't know, dappled light. But this crazy, I can almost feel the paintbrush in my hand with him doing this, you know. I'm just feeling the act of making this. Oh, that's magic. That's magic. I saw this thing. I'm like, what is that red thing? It looks like a whole bunch of sausages or heart valves or something. That's crazy. Amazing. Amazing. You can't see my head turning. It's like it's spinning on the top of my neck. I'm so, like, amazed. You gotta come here. You gotta come here. I love these pieces. Look at this. This tells a story. A hatchet in this stump with the cord and the dress. That's got to tell a story. I don't know what it is, but it's telling quite a story. Look, of course I'm thinking that's Liechtenstein over here, but let's see. It is, yeah. That's fabulous. Do you hear those shoes? Those aren't mine. Those are the wrong shoes for a museum. I hate the sound of shoes in a museum. I hate the sound of clomp, clomp, clomp through a museum. This man just walked past me a moment ago. So absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. Abstractly beautiful. And he walked by and I caught my breath. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe for a moment. And I'm like, what is it like to be beautiful? I'll never know, but what's it like to be absolutely stunning? Is it different? Do you walk through the world in a different way? You know? Otherworldly beautiful. I'm like, it's got to be a different experience. You have to be living on a different plane when you're that attractive. Crazy. This place is amazing. So I'm still trying to find the restaurant. But I found this Art Deco exhibit, which is spellbinding. Look at this. Look at this, I don't know, closet? Etagere? I don't know. Look. Isn't that extraordinary? Look at the bed. Look at the nightstands. Unbelievable. Look at that desk. Look, that's magic. And look at this. Look. Look at that. Look at this fern stand. Oh my gosh. Look at this chair. Look at that. That's called a jardinière. A jardinière. It's two pieces. There's a planter or a vase on top that's set into that stand. Jardinière. And look at this. Look at the carving at the top there. Wait, can you see that? Can I even show it to you? I don't think I can. Oh, that's magical. My goodness. Wow. Look at this figure. Look at the crown. That egg on top is made of jasper. That's magnificent. These are all, I love the stairs too. These are all buckles. Look at the glass. Look at that. I don't think you can appreciate this on camera. This is extraordinary. I gotta go over to the other side and see that. Look at this. Looks like dome, but it's not. It's a Henri Berger covered box. Let's go over here. Look at this. That's glass. That's glass. That's just great. That little lizard. And I wish you could see this in person. This piece here. My head is spinning. I am dizzy. This is my favorite period of artwork and furniture design. And look at this. Look. Oh my God, I can't even handle it. Now it's you really can't. I don't think you can see. This is like a fairy holding onto the side of this vase with these wings that got like I don't know, enamel or glass or something, and these they look like water lilies or lotus leaves climbing up the side. That is just extraordinary. My God. And look at her. Sarah Bernhardt. Okay. Look at this little table. Look at the wings. Oh my God. Look at this desk. I know I'm probably boring the pants off you, but look at those little stepped areas in the back. So amazing. Amazing. Oh my God, my heart. This is my other favorite period of design, is the arts and crafts movement. You know, following after the hugely ornate Edwardian period, you know, things like that. Very pared down, stylized, streamlined pieces with lots of nature elements that just really, oh, I can hardly breathe. I can hardly breathe. Spectacular. Oh my heart. This place goes on forever. This place goes on forever. And here we have British animals. A lot of hunting scenes. Whoop, that music. Really loud. I'm not really, this isn't my thing here, but I'm totally digging the color of the walls. Alright, this is not my thing. Let's get out of here. Speaking of a beautiful wall color, isn't this beautiful? This aubergine, it's so pretty. What's in here? My shoes are very loud in this room. Okay. No, not my thing. But I love this color. And then we found heaven. Look at these lamps. These are all by Tiffany Studios, not a surprise. Absolute heaven. Look at that. The wisteria. Oh my God, look at this one with like these koi fish or something. Look at the base. Look at that. Absolute heaven. Look at the peacocks supporting that amazing glass ball up on top. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? I'm like, I can't even breathe. I was just going to say, I'm so glad to see someone else reacting like that. It's just heaven. It's heaven. I know.
So unusual.
I know. Look at the base on this. Wow, I know. So funny, this gaggle of ladies came in after me, and they're like, oh my God. And it was just so nice to see other people reacting to this stuff like I did. So it's been fun to find my people at a museum, you know. All right, I'm getting hungry. The restaurant here looks a little bit more fancy than I'm ready for, so I think I'm probably going to grab something at the shopping mall near the hotel. But this has been simply extraordinary. You gotta come to this museum, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. I'll definitely come back here. I don't think it's possible to see the whole thing and really enjoy each piece individually. Is this more? No, I gotta go. There's always something I'm always seeing something out of a corner of my eye. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Look, these are this belongs in front of a fireplace. Look at this. Look at this bench. Isn't that great? Oh my God. And look at that lamp. Look at that lamp. Look at the lampshade. That is absolutely unbelievable. Look at this little stool. You can't. Isn't that wild? Those are probably by Whiting and Davis, those little purses over there. Look at that. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Guys, I can't breathe. Look at the bird cage. It's cruel, but it's beautiful. I couldn't imagine keeping a bird in there. Poor things. But look at this. Look at this. Like pure Hollywood Regency kind of classic. I think that chair has an ashtray built into the armrest. Look. Look at this living room. Isn't that unbelievable? Looks like Mondrian made like furniture. Unbelievable. Felix del Maro. Wow. Oh, I love that little painting up there. Huh. And then there's this. Look at this. This is a rabbit skin bed with this big giant disc of a headboard. Could you imagine rolling around in that and waking up and stretching, big yawn, beautiful man lying down next to you? Look. That's a piece of rose quartz up on top of this. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this clock. That is crazy. Oh, the design. Look at this set. It's just amazing. I know I'm probably boring the pants off of you, but I am like overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I am emotionally exhausted by this museum already. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's 4:47. I'm hungry, but I've been so overwhelmed by some of the pieces I've seen here. They're setting up for some kind of event here. One last gallery. This is the European art section. Look at these bronzes. How haunting is her face? And I see way down there a Deco, the ballerina. Oh, have I been here? No, just more of these English horses. No, I wasn't here. I'd remember that Deco back there. I also love the color of the walls here. Look at this. It's like cyclamen. That's what I would call this color, cyclamen. Deco. Oh, they have a whole collection of his sculptures. Little ballerina. Huh, wow. We have some Gauguin here. We have some Van Gogh here. I have never seen this Van Gogh. I have never seen it. I've never seen an image of it. It is extraordinary. These are those little straw flowers. They were everywhere in the 70s and the early 80s. But isn't that amazing? Look at the textures. See if I don't think I can capture that, but oh my goodness. I've never seen that one. More Van Gogh that I've never seen before. Wow. Have you ever seen Starry Night? It's at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. It's not a very large painting, but to see it in person is really stunning. You've seen images. I'm gonna die. Look at that little dog. I'm gonna die. This is by Toulouse-Lautrec. If you've seen Moulin Rouge, you might remember the character. Look at that little dog. This is another piece of his work. Oh my God. Fabulous museum. I am losing my mind. I am losing my mind. This place is fantastic. This is a Picasso piece I've never seen in person. I've only seen it in images before. It Jester on a horse. And I mean, it's not something you'd think of Picasso right away, but this is his work back in 1905. Clearly his style changed a lot. And this is a Rousseau. This is an Henri Rousseau piece, which again, I've seen on like online or in images and books. I've never seen it in person. I'm just absolutely blown away. Blown away. What's this? Look at that. And I don't know who did this. I don't know who made this piece of artwork, but this is my favorite piece in the entire museum. Gaston Duchamp. I don't know who that is, but I think this is amazing. The three orders: the castle, the church, the land. When tensions escalated between the French and German troops at the beginning of World War II, Villon left for, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, but it's part of France. Blah, 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 blah. It's a land, whatever, I'm reading the blurb, but I'm just staring at this piece of artwork. I am lost in this piece. Look at the colors and the lines. Villon. Oh, it's Gaston Duchamp, also known as Jacques Villon. Wow, wow, wow. On that little cafe, the restaurant upstairs is just too hideously expensive. It's called the Best Cafe. I saw these reeds earlier, but I couldn't tell from there that I think they're made of glass, which makes me think they're by Chihuly, which I'll double check in a minute. But I got myself a little tiny coffee roll the size of my hand, and I bought a scone for tomorrow morning. I'm gonna sit and enjoy, if not part of that, maybe even all of it. And then I'm gonna go for a little walk outside. I wasn't gonna finish that whole cinnamon roll, but yeah, so much for my plans. This is the Claiborne and Robbins Sculpture Garden. It's beside one we saw earlier. Water straining down those steps. Beautiful trees. And I don't know if I see a marker, but I do think those are by Chihuly. And to see this enormous sculpture of a lady's face. And there's something kind of surreal about it, and as you walk past it, you realize it's practically flat. Isn't that wild? It's crazy. Oh, yeah, I think I see a marker. I think it's Dale Chihuly. Yep, Dale Chihuly. Red reeds, it's called. And they're large glass blades. Really fantastic. Oh, I should have eaten my cinnamon roll out here. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna walk around the grounds for a few minutes and then make my way back to the hotel. Such a beautiful day. It's such a beautiful place. As my anniversary approaches, my 22nd anniversary of sobriety, I still can't believe that's coming up. I grow nostalgic for certain times, not so much for drinking. I don't miss drinking. What I do miss is that I would like come home after a long day, stressful day, most of the stress I created, but I would have a glass or a beer in my hand. I hadn't even taken a sip yet, but I was like, I have in my hand the promise of relief and peace or oblivion, and I never drank alcohol safely or normally, but as I'm walking through here, there's some people enjoying picnics in the grass over there, and there's this lovely pair of young ladies. They have a bottle of wine, two, plastic wine glasses, and they're just chatting about relationships. I overheard a little bit, and they're enjoying a glass of wine responsibly, socially, unlike what I was ever able to do. And I'm not sure where this monologue's coming from, but I just walked past them thinking how lucky they are that they can enjoy a glass of wine. I could never enjoy a glass of wine. I had to have like 3 bottles. But just feeling a little weird walking past. But having said that, I have almost arrived to the point in my life at 55 years old, 22 years sober, that I can find that peace and that deep breath, sometimes just by walking through a museum or remembering how grateful I am, or just, I find that peace. I find that I don't find oblivion anymore. But do I need oblivion? I don't think I need oblivion anymore. It's funny because I sought for oblivion for so long. The thoughts I have. That's nice to be free of the need for oblivion. It's quite nice. All right. A little bit more walking around, and then I'm going to make my way back to my room. Waiting for my Uber, I look across the street and look at that charming little house. I don't really understand the bit on the side there. It's like it's some sort of facade. It's weird, but all the houses on this section of the road are exactly the same as that one. Wild. And voila, we're back to the hotel room. Did you have a good time? I had a fantastic time. Going to a museum with me is a little tedious because I'm like, oh, look right over there. What's that over there? Oh my God. Oh my gosh, look at that. So I know it's a little tedious. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing, crazy. But I just had a fantastic time at that museum. I wanted to bring some of you along with me because some of you have no interest whatsoever in going to museums like that. So this was a separate video just for that content. Now I'm going to go back to filming for my regular trip video, which will be a separate video altogether. And I'll post that when I get back home tomorrow night. All right, so you have a great day, and I will see you later. Fly safe. Bye.